Alrighty. This, that, and then let's get going. Let's get going. Whoa, no infinite hall of mirrors sound, thank you. Okay. I felt like a bit of a city builder mood. So hello and welcome to the Wobble Plays some more Laysara. There are some more challenges. We might have a go at a couple of them. This is one of the newest too. And its gimmick, g'day VGF, is that you have about 5 in-game seconds to finish the map or you lose. So you have that long. Not very long at all. So we immediately pause. What do we have to do? Sell 2 ornamental cedar. It's a question of using the money that you start with effectively, because there's not time to get more money. So, first thing, we will need some copper. Shove you down. Looks fine. Next. Boop. We will need gold. Very good. Now the game's saying you don't have enough yaks to run your gold mine, which is fair and reasonable. 3 sets of yaks. Can we ask for a yak loan? No. No loans possible. Okay, now we're back to positive yak. Money is fine, or income would be fine, which is what we need for the victory condition. Next, ornamental cedar. This thing. What does it need? It needs painted cedar and ornaments. So we go to the cedar painter, and then what does the cedar painter need? It needs dye and cedar grove. Well, cedar grove we can do here. But for dye, the crystals are over this side of the map. So we have to work our way over to them. So, build a bridge, build some stairs, some yak elevators. That should get us across now to the crystals. The crystals need to be crushed. And they also need some herbs. Then they become beautiful incense dye. That we yeet back to the other side of the map with a yeeter. For you. There we go. Okay, so now we have painted cedar. Painted cedar. We still need to make ornaments. What does ornaments need? This thing. Ornament foundry. Okay, and then it needs gold, coal, copper. Well, gold we're already mining. So if we tell it to Yeet downstairs. Copper. We're making here. And what's the last thing? Coal. Is that enough coal? We're only doing a third of the coal that a single coal thing could produce. It's enough for 4 ornaments. Beautiful. That's enough for the 2 ornaments we need to produce. Then we just need to sell it. Done. And now we need to not lose money. We are losing money to no monks. So, start shoving down monk homes. Victory. Congratulations, you have completed the challenge. Easy. Alright, what other ones will we check out? So one of the other newly added challenges was this one, crop failure. Let's check out crop failure. The thing about this map is you can't really produce food. The only food that it's allowed to make is fish. All other food must be imported. The goal? Have 16 peasants in level 4 housing. So you're going to need to import a lot of different food types to make them adequately happy. I also looked at what you can export, and you can only really export one thing, which is tools. Thankfully, there are a great many copper mines. Copper mines, 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 copper mines. So you should be able to export a lot of it. But beyond looking at those 2 things, I haven't fiddled with the map, so I don't really have a specific plan in mind to begin with. There's not that much lowland land. Everything else is medium land. And we also have to be positive balance, so we can't just boost level 4 whilst we're losing money. Where are the entrances? Here's an entrance. Is there one down... Okay, there's another lowland zone near the other entrance, but this one's kind of... As much as you might want to do some farming here, you're probably going to have to do the copper milling. So I think this is the more reasonable one to start on. The trouble is, the people are going to want food, like, immediately. So I kind of want to do here. Because this will be reasonably close to food. Monks can go without food more than almost anyone else. I could maybe put monks down here. Normally this would be like food for this area. Well, we might have to rearrange it later, but for now... Come up. Come across. Something like that. Do we have a tax office? We do get to have a tax office. Okay. That'll do for the moment. We need some actual yaks. How will we put our yaks? There seems a sensible enough place for yaks. But it should also probably be food, right? So what we should really do is get Tech 1 happening. So that I can see where we can build food. Massive loss of income due to not enough monks. And we do need a couple more artisans. For the moment, the artisans can pretend that they're going to live here. As long as the taxman touches them, that's fine. And so now it's monks. Fortunately, this doesn't quite reach as far as we would like. And it doesn't look like it's going to ever reach as far as we would like. Holy moly, it doesn't even reach to there? That's sad. There we go. Still needs some more though. Is the yak breeding simulator back? Yes, Wick. Prepare for the yak attack. Yeah, and g'day, mate. 2, 3, 4. We can move the road over one. there. Alright, this area needs a tax office. But we're going to need to wait for some cash. Whoa, and then suddenly everyone's grumpy. You've got too good tech. We want food now. What if I turn this off? Oh, but I did want to look at, in the meantime, where can we fish? So we can fish there, but we can't fish here. Okay. Wait for Treasury to recover enough that money is technically positive, enough to build our second tax office for the monks. That boosts our income. Start making food, I guess? No, because we're going to need to wait. We're going to need to wait till we have enough money saved up that we can survive the brief no-food period. One nice thing is that at least it looks like this is not a snow mountain. We're not going to have to deal with actual avalanches. This probably ends up being where we make the yaks there. Ah, but that's level 2 tech. We can only have basic yak for now. Fair enough. Basic yak it is. I think I want all of these to move one more out. Yes, like that. We're definitely going to need more lowlanders to run all the new fishing, or soon-to-be fishing huts, so let's just preempt them existing a little. Also boosts our tax income in the meantime. Speed up, let money accrue. Okay, pause. Slow speed, pause. Turn on the tech building. And then everyone's going to complain, wow, 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 we don't have food. Yep, here we go. Everyone's, wah, wah. We need to get socially subsidized food payments. So we need to start giving them food. And then the only other thing to think about is that we will want baths. I think. Who actually wants baths? The peasants sort of like baths. These guys really like baths. The monks don't believe in baths though. Or something like that. It's a bit sad that it doesn't reach over here. And we're not going to get to have a second one, so these guys might need a secondary thing instead to make them happy, but just block out this space even if we aren't going to use it that way necessarily, for now. And get the fishing happening. Very good, that's enough food for these guys. They don't complain about no food anymore. The monks still do. And the monks don't believe in eating fish. G'day, Nemi. You're doing your Mordkalb impression. Hooray, hooray, moo cows. You sure you're not Mord, Nemi? Then what will I do to make these guys happy? He's too Austrian to be you. This doesn't reach here, but it does reach there. Similarly, we could rearrange some of these. Okay, so the monks are happy just with their education, even if they don't get food at the moment, which is an interesting way of life, and we're happy for them to be like that. It means that I don't need to make as much food. In fact, I'm currently making much more food than I need to. We can turn one of the fishing off and still be easily in surplus. That looks good. And then it's probably time to start working out how to do our copper exports here. So... trading post, which uses too many yaks. So a couple more basic yak. Then it's not enough artisans. Now I forget how big we made this bit of the block. I think it was that big. Okay, you get to escape tax for the moment. But otherwise, this layout's really quite good. I suppose you're also evading tax. We've got 3 tax evaders, but we live with them for the moment. That extra bit of food means this is no longer enough fish, which means we need to turn you on again. Then that's lovely. Let some time pass. Work out how we're going to do all of this. Utensils. And it doesn't actually sell for a very good price. Like, this is, compared to the price of the stuff that we're going to have to import, the utensils are not exactly high value. Okay, we're suddenly missing lowlanders and yaks. Some more basic yak. But we kind of need to swap over to advanced yak fairly reasonably soon. Running out of space for basic yak. That's not enough peasants. There's not a lot I can do about that at the moment. Now have a couple more normal peasants, but not a lot. It's about all we can fit. Okay, copper, 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 copper. Step 2. Coppersmiths. I'd forgotten just how horrible the ratio is on these things, so we actually don't need all of these yet. Turn off the excess mines. We do need a redistributor. Okay, and then all those tools... would be easier just to move this closer to the tools. Seriously? I mean, I suppose it becomes okay once I fix my missing artisans. And put like 5 here before we start not having taxed ones. You claim that there's no longer enough fish. Probably gonna have to use a second yeeter. Actually, maybe even a big one. Okay, then that's enough food. Beautiful. We still need like 2 more artisans. Doesn't quite get all that we need, but it gets pretty close. And then you know what? Let's think about mediumly nice road about the food distributor, which also spreads the taxman that little bit further. That means I can justify filling in that. As well as 2 more there and there. Okay. Maybe we give up on the baths. They're only worth 1. And the food is probably more important. We'll see. As those level up, they're going to have more people, and I probably will get rid of the baths for more food. Anyway, let's let time pass. Treasury money reaccrue. I don't know that I'm convinced that the export of all of these tools is particularly useful. It's not earning that much money. As long as I'm not importing food to pay the people that are running it, it's okay. But once we do have to import food for them, it probably becomes not terribly sensible to do. Speed up, let money accrue. And let's think about what we want to give these guys next. So do we want to give them bread, meat, cheese, butter tea, utensils. Utensils is the obvious one, seeing as we make them ourselves. So that means we need a Amazon distribution center. I think I did it like that. And that unfortunately means that these no longer do this. We need a yeeting center. Instead, you now go to the yeeting center, and then the yeeting center sends it to Amazon. It's not worth having you while you're not running. Okay, and then everyone's happy that we're giving them cutlery. Fish and cutlery. I would somewhat like gong. Somewhat like praying place. Peasants will not level up until they're given a second food. enough range to do that. So unless I'm willing to build an intermediate yeeting center... or a big yeeting center... Amazon? It is an Amazon. It distributes goods everywhere. It's an Amazon distribution center. Commodity supplier number 1. Okay. One more. Suddenly we need more grain. One nice thing about this kind of setup is you can control exactly how much food you're using, rather than overproducing quite so much. Actually, I could probably turn one of these off for a little bit. Yes, and we're still okay. We're still making money, even importing the food to feed the level 2 artisans. Good. Now, our next problem is going to be that these guys will not level up unless they're given more commodities. Whereas the peasants don't really care about the commodities very much. Both want at least one kind of religious thing, though. So we could do our gongs and praying places. That might even be too close once we've upgraded to even better road. But for the moment, that looks good. So does that. And that's probably the road. Actually, the shaft can come across like that. Oh god, no, not fancy road for the yaks. Normal road for the yaks. The yaks deserve fancy road? No. Sorry, no, not allowed. And then this space is extra food types? Okay, then we can upgrade the peasants. Run out of fish, so we go turn on the extra fishing and the extra fish delivery. You vote for fancy yak roads? Well, thankfully, it is a one-man, one-vote system. I am the man, and I have the vote. Need like 8 more. One less. Now we need 1 more. Theory point 1 more, but that will do. What has become of Australia? Right. We're still making money. Many of these are now on level 2. We do need more monks. Which is weird. Why do we need more monks? Oh, because the gongs need monks. True. And we're going to need more monks if we also want to run out higher level tech, which we do want to move up to. We want to move up to the monastery instead of academies, which also means we need to start producing cedar. God, only available via import. Thankfully it doesn't use much. It doesn't use much. And then the other problem is that the ratios for these things, right? So it's 6. So we kind of want to be running 2 of them, which would need 12. And 12 is 3 of these. That's going to use a lot more space than I would really like. And what are we going to do to upgrade these people? They need prey. They need at least 1 food. So we do need to turn on their food deliveries. That means we need more food imported. Apparently 1 more. There we go. So the monks scoff down the imported bread. And if we gave them a gong, they'd be super happy. We could also just box them in. But seeing as they don't like baths, I'm kind of tempted to move this down here. Otherwise, we're going to waste some of our fishing space. On the other hand, we don't really need a lot more fishing space, because as we diversify food types, the amount of fish that will be eaten by this will actually decrease, not increase. So although population is going to go up, food diversity will counter the increased population. So fine, let's just box you in. Well, is there enough space for this? There's nothing saying these have to be in here, though. It's much bigger space. That's so little space left. Nah, we'll try and work up here. If I have to redo it because I've chosen wrong, we'll just redo it. Work from the other end. Yeah, we know how to fix this then. Put that there. Beautiful. Now the monks are happy that they're in an enclosed little monk home. They're less happy that they don't have enough bread. That is so much money on bread. Okay, level 2 monks. They demand another type of food before they will go up again. We do have a lot of spare lowlanders, so we could make more utensils for export. Even if we said we think they're slightly crappy. That doesn't work because we don't have enough yaks. Or artisans. These aren't going to be able to upgrade easily. So fine, no, we don't turn on more of this export because it uses the wrong kind of workforce. I need something that uses lowlanders. Or else I need to move my lowlanders to their own zone and have this be basically only artisans. We need our Tech 2 efficient yaks rather than these space inefficient yaks. I might even need to do the yaks here based on space. Because otherwise we won't be able to fit enough farm. Have you ever played the city builder where you ride on the back of a dinosaur? No, we've played one where you ride on the back of a turtle. It was okay, but it had a lot of placeholder graphics at the time. What are we gonna do? Do we go up to Tech 2 the inefficient way? The Wandering Village. You can't just say that and not link it. It's sure we'll give Nemi a permit. It's totally a dinosaur, says Nemi. What do I think? It's a bit dino turtle-ish. Money is so slow to accrue this way. No, I think I have to go for Tech 2 and the efficient yaks. There's no way to not do that. So what I next want is at least you. But that's going to turn me negative income all by itself. Holy. Holy moly. What if we have a second shitty one for the moment? That works. And that lets me get the advanced yak building. But only eventually. Do you guys really deserve food? Like, what if I cut you off from food? You would get extremely angry. And if I gave you a gong? That mostly works. It's definitely a lot cheaper than giving them food. Lets me do away with that as well. And that means I don't need to import as much food. Okay. What if I move you now? What if we move this away? We say the monks are never going to get to have food. They all complain about no food. In theory... Okay, that's all happy. If I flipped these two, they would probably all be happy. Yeah. So these ones are now happy. You... blue for the moment. It's kind of mean this road is a bit wasteful, but hey. And that means we can have the second inefficient one of you. Okay, that gets us efficient yak. I know they don't have food. They don't need food. They live on knowledge and gongs and being enclosed by walls. Food is for the less enlightened. Okay, convert into efficient yak. Perfectly realistic. Efficient yak. And then what ratio is we gonna need? These produce 3 hay. So it's like 4 is to 3. Where are we going to shove these? There actually looks pretty good for the moment. Except it doesn't quite reach the last one. Well, you know what? Let's change where the road goes. Go, now it works. So this is sending the wrong thing. Send hay, send hay, send hay, send hay, hay to the hay baler, and then baled hay to the yak feeders. Okay, that is now a good surplus of yak. We probably do that same thing again. These should also know to connect there for when we do want them. Three more. Done. More yaks than we could conceivably need, right? Which means we can then turn on... this, and export some of the utensils. Go kill off the excess inefficient yaks. That saves us a lot of money. I'm missing a slight amount of artisans, but we'll live. Maybe swap one row of normal peasants for a row of artisans, seeing as our ratio is mis-skewed that way. Right. Save up money again. Then what do we need for these guys? Bath, yak race, decoration. So actually, if anything, it should be the other way around, right? The red guys should be at the top and the peasants should be at the bottom, because then I can supply them with the baths. So I've done this the wrong way around, and we're going to have to tediously do the moving micro. Play Ring Around the Rosie with them. Because of my stupidity. Exclamation mark idiot. I deserve it. I could be not suffering this hell. If only I'd thought ahead more. Thank you. No, there isn't. Not as far as I know. You've got to do it click by click. I get in there. You don't think you're touched by food? I'm willing to extend the fancy road slightly. You think they did add a hotkey? Let's see. Move is left control. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Iceman. That will make this considerably easier. Yes, you. So what are you complaining about? You don't have... You aren't in range of the Amazon distribution center anymore. And I don't think that's likely to change, but what we can do is give you all baths now. And then suddenly they're mostly happy. Am I willing to give them top-tier road? It helped, but it didn't get it all the way to here. There we go. Need to trade these ones for these ones because the bath doesn't reach there. Or else we need to give the bath more efficient road there. Okay, so these need to swap with those. It's you. Okay. So now the baths touch pretty much everyone we want. We could get rid of these for some more artisans. Okay, everything is taxed, everything gets utensils, almost everything is gonged. Everything is gonged. So next they either want yak races, decorations. The yak races are worth 2, which puts them over the top. I think if I kill off that, I can fit the yak races here, right? Still don't need this many lowlanders, so I think we just schmlop, erase you. And then how far away can I place it before the yak races don't touch what we need? Actually, it can be as far away as we like and it still touches everything. It's kind of amazing. Ta-da! All the artisans are happy to level up. Suddenly we don't have enough food though. So we say slightly more food and we need 1 more fish. That is tough because I've actually used up all my fishing space. What's the difference between... So there are multiple kinds of citizen in this Copperhead. There's lowlanders, the like peasant lowest class. Then there's artisans, the like merchant/craftsman class, and there is monks, the education science class, religion and science. I suppose there's a 4th if you include the yaks. The yaks are also another population, but there's 3 human populations and yaks. Yaks are like heavy workforce for things like the yak ski lifts, the yak mining, etc., etc. You can make yak palaces, although not on this map. This map doesn't allow the yak utopias. Now, we could make more fish, or we could diversify our food stuff so that we don't demand as much of any single kind of food stuff. So let's take that approach. Basic road. The cheapest kind of food is cheese. It needs a eating center. We deliver it to here, and then suddenly we need nowhere near as much fish or grain, but we need a whole lot more cheese. Ta-da! They're happy with the cheese. Monks. The monks would like the cheese as well, actually, at a rate of 2. I will consider giving them their food back. Let's look at what it would cost. It's not that expensive. Would it let us raise these guys' level? If I built a mandala, then yes, that would let them go up to the next tier. A mandala would go really well there. Well, it would go somewhat well. It would also go quite well there. I'd only have to move the tax office over 1. It's a pity this is 1 longer. Well, let's just test how it would work. Pretend that we were going to do this. And if it means I have to move the tax office, maybe I have to move the tax office. Reaches a really good amount of stuff. On the other hand, it's easier to manipulate the road here. Like that. Yeah. That's too good to argue with. Tax office doesn't quite reach these two. We solve that by giving this area some little bit of nice road. Gets to here, and what about there? What if I put you there? Yeah, actually that works better. Putting the tax office over here. Then we only miss there. We can drop this back down to Crappy Road. And extend the good road from there. Seriously? Okay, we need a little bit of even better road. There we go. Now the tax office reaches everything. Suddenly we need more cheese. More bread. Yeah, this is Tibetan themed. It's kinda Anno, but Anno Tibet. Anno Tibet with yaks. Now, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you happy where these guys are? Because your gong doesn't reach you. There we go. And then this one... the gong doesn't reach you there. Well, we'll put it here. Guess I'll allow a little bit of nice road there. Seriously? Fine, no. Back to normal road. If I put the gong there instead of the house... there, now the gong reaches all that I need. An extra bit of cheese. Now we have tons of spare monks. We don't have tons of spare yaks. It's costing a lot of yaks to move all this food around. Turn on these 4. Which means we need 3 more yak balers. We need 3 more yak growers. Now, sadly, these aren't going to reach, so we're going to have to play rearrangey, which is always tedious. You now do this one. You now do that one. You now do that one. You now do this one. You do that 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 one. We have enough for one more in the future. Possibly two if another one fits there. Which it does. So yes, we should be able to do those two in the future if we need them. But I would need more hay production. These guys now need decorations or a mandala. Actually, they really want a mandala. Would the mandala fit here? Yeah, why not? I don't need these couple of houses. You all die. Make space for the mandala to be here. Or it could be there. Do you guys care about a mandala? You don't. So it would actually be slightly better to put, like, here, assuming it would reach the whole way, but it doesn't. If I move you and try shoving it there. No, so it looks like shoving it here is even better. But it's too big. So I move you. Well, there's no reason we can't move you. Okay with that. Kill off this road. Add some medium road so that it reaches all the way here. These are going to level up. Suddenly, though, the monks say we need more cheese and wine because these guys are... Oh, not cheese and wine. Bread and cheese because these guys are eating it preferentially, so... And for the cheese... There we are. You claim you're slightly out of food range. So we add a little bit of nice road there. Medium nice road. Good. Now what does this one have that you don't? Gong. Fine, then you can move here. For the moment. Or possibly there? No, there does not work. There does, though. Okay. We're in the positive again. And we have lots of spare workforce to work with. So I could do another set of utensil stuff. I kind of feel like trading out our trading out our monks for the advanced things instead of the basic one is probably the right thing to do. So I need to get cedar production going. We can only do that if I'm willing to import rock crystal. How high tech can I get these without needing more tech? Like, how high a tier can I get here? If I give them just food, that's 2. If I give them butter tea, that's 2. If I give them a shrine, that's 1. So it's a shrine, a decoration, and the 2 foods would technically do it. And this is as many peasants as I need. 16. So fine, we'll have a look at that. Maybe I can avoid going higher tech. It's kind of a pity that the bridge thing is there. Could I move the bridge thing? If I put it here instead, we erase that. Then that could be a topiary. Wrong kind of road, my bad. And maybe a basic shrine. And that gives some of them what they need. Big topiary does that so much more efficiently. Yeah, I'm not sold on the little topiary thing. Okay, it's slightly more expensive, but it reaches so much further. Okay, then how do we give you guys one of these? Almost. Realistically, I can probably move you to over there. Yeah, as long as I connect this road as well. I need those 2 to be covered. Maybe we do our little sneaky thing where we do it like that. And use that to have the... Doesn't quite do the shrines the way I'd like. Move you out of the way. Look at where the others of you are. That almost does what we would want. That does exactly what I would want. I think I just have to live with that being there. This topiary... Technically, I don't need those ones. Like, this currently covers enough to get my goal. And these are just excess, so... I think we live with them just being excess. And don't stress leveling those up. Yeah, it's a nice peaceful game. The only way you can game over is if you completely run out of money. And your income is negative whilst you have no money. If you spend more money than you have but your income is positive, that's fine. And you can have negative income as long as you have savings. But both no savings and negative income will kill you. I think that we might just be lazy and add mediumly nice road here. And maybe I move this to, like, over here. It will mean that we aren't yeeting the food as far, which helps for minimizing our yak and artisan usage. Okay, those now cover enough of these up to a high level that we just need the 2 extra foods, which is smoked meat and butter tea. And it does need to be food. They will not accept other kinds of goods to fill their needs. So we need another pair of that, 2 pairs of that. Trading house, trading house. Eating station, yeeting station. It was meat. Suddenly we have more food diversity, which means, yes, we need to be paying more for meat. But I no longer need to be paying as much for cheese. And bread. Okay. And then the last one. Tea. Which does the same thing. Check, but now we no longer need as much bread. We no longer need as much cheese. I can have 1 less meat. Oh. The ones that we're actually targeting for our goal. Suddenly that's more food demand, though. Done. And more bread. And more cheese. Oof. I need 1 more fancy house. So what don't you have? You don't have a topiary. And now we need to be earning positive money, and then we are victorious. So we start using our spare artisans and yaks to make some more export utensils. Come on, I said, send it to here, 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 here. You give it to him. That helped, but it isn't enough. Although most of that is from missing yaks. So... What? Was I not paused? Did I supposedly do wrong? I mustn't have been paused. My bad. It was one topiary here. Boost back up the food things. Okay, and then more export utensils. We were at negative 200 when we started this set. So that's actually made it worse, but it's only made it worse because of the lack of yak. I have enough spare lowlanders and enough spare space that we can just use inefficient yak. But we'll try and use efficient yak, so... One, two, three, four. Turn you on. You send to there. Turn you on. Need one more. Here. You can feed that one, which means this one can instead feed that one. There we go, we've minimized it by 70. We try another. So probably like 4 here. Actually only 3. So yak intensive. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Come on. Come on. 3. Not quite in range. Fine, we built slightly fancier road for you. slightly fancier road. There we go. You need slightly more yak. Technically, there's enough here to do one more. So... there, and then... that. That's enough yaks to do... we only got a surplus of one. So we only get to do one more of these. It's to be like there. Give it to that. They send to there. Minus 21! Oh, come on! I only need to make 21 more bucks. How can we save $21? What if I just gave these guys slightly less utensils? Actually, there's a surplus of 7 here that we could be sending to that as a second priority. Alright. Import food map defeated. Nice. Crop failure, because there's only fishies. Next, ultimate insight, peace and profit, or way of the artisan. In any case, I need a quick 2-minute break. Give me a sec to refill my drink. Boop. Use the restroom. We'll be back and maybe have a go at one of these others in just a minute. Alright. Cheers all, thank you kindly for your patience. Go. Let's have a look at Ultimate Insight, maybe. Research. Reach research level 7 whilst having positive money. And it looks like we are... yes, we're limited in how many lowlanders and artisans we're allowed to use. So we're going to be limited for farming and moving goods around. There's a gold vein, so money shouldn't be too horrible. Copper. Crystal. There's a low ground, or at least a medium ground, because everything else looks like it's the super high tier ground, which will at least make the monks happier. in terms of being near the top of the mountain, and make. Can we build more yak? We can make more yak, and we can actually make food. Which, coming off the no food map, is a luxury. Is there another entrance? There's that entrance. And there's one here. So where do we want to... And are there other food types? There is egg, bread, cheese, bee, smoked meat, and butter tea. But memory says that these guys don't like meat, so there's no point in the meat, I don't think. And where do we put them? There's a pretty big space. I don't think this is a big enough space to justify using for population. This could be. So could that. Realistically, if we're going to use the medium ground, because medium ground is better at producing food, usually. Chickens don't actually care, but the wheat cares, the bread cares, and the cheese cares. The cheese likes the lower ground. So I should probably put the population here so it's nearest the, what would be the food zone. So we start with people here. Chickens, whatever. The chickens don't care where you grow them. They can be on the top of the freezing mountain and the chickens are okay. They're gonna have to be advanced yeeted either way. So I don't think we particularly care where we space them. Something like that. That actually reaches less far than I would have imagined. Although usually I actually like this being one more over then, so... Tax office. Shove down our monks. Tax office doesn't quite reach you. Do though, and maybe a couple here. Perfect. Let time pass. Money accrue. Okay, full money. Oh, this is also a time race one. Oh my, I didn't realize this was also a time race one. That makes life a lot more awkward. I mean, we could just do that with enough level 1 academies, right? That's just a lot of monks. Yeah, this might be possible to do with, not teching up at all. In which case, why give them food? Well, we need to keep them at least level 1 satisfied, because they will complain about no food once tech goes up once. Well, no, I could keep them satisfied with the actual temples that way. Yeah, I think we might be able to do without food. Right, if we do the academy here instead. Yeah, I kind of like that. Ah. The monks demanding food, the gluttons. It looks like we might get away with them not demanding food. Right, that shouldn't piss them off too much. Let's see. Yeah, they're happy enough being high on the mountain and having this. So this can just go get out of the way. Go somewhere where you're not in the way. And we just fill everything up with level 1 monks. Okay, that gets us Tech 2. What tech do we need for the mint? 4. Let's use a super lift. And especially now that we know they don't need food, there's nothing to stop us putting the monks basically everywhere. The thing that becomes the limiting factor is probably artisans' use for taxing and running the mint. Yeah, 2 sets of artisans and we're suddenly out of artisans already. Like the mint working artisans would bankrupt us on artisans. So I don't think these are actually worth it. I think it's worth it to not use the gold mine. That using the artisans as tax collectors gives us better value per artisan. We might actually run out like this because these cost so much upkeep. Each one of these costs 100 to get 1 tech. Whereas if we go with these... Yeah, I should run 2 of these instead. So 2 of these is 12. 12 is 3 of these. Should put it near the crystals. Just 3 of these. It's a bit sad that that doesn't fit there. Guess I can put it there. Then we need a crusher. Hail, adoring Pop Ross fan. G'day, g'day, welcome, welcome. Actually, I need 2 of these. 1. So I'm going to need a medium redistribution center. You actually need to not feed this. You need to feed that. That feeds that. We need another copy of that. Okay. That's perfect. We need another herbalist. These 2 need to aggregate to a central thing. That feeds all of these. Yes. We need something that collects those. But for the moment, we more desperately need to deal with the yaks. Our yak shortage is crippling us. So we want a set of high ground farms. 3 sounds like plenty. Move this, it's just in the way. And that needs to feed 3 yak feeders. Actually, why not come a square down? Ta-da! Yak shortage dealt with. What isn't dealt with? You now want better stuff? Really? No, that just must mean that someone isn't in range of arcane knowledge, right? Yeah, these guys here aren't quite in range of education. Okay, and then we use this output to run a bigger academy. You kind of need to move to here. I trade these around. Let's just grab you, and you, and you. Now, don't feed them anything strategy may fail, it looks like. And honestly, it's kind of looking like I shouldn't have put them here, because this zone should be where all of the temple thingy is. Ah, we'll keep trying. The building upkeep is getting to be crippling. I suppose I can turn off some of the yak ones. It's not strictly necessary at the moment. That almost gets us back into the positive. Let's make this one more tax zone, I guess. Well, I have so little money to work with, though. We're still losing money. Let's turn off all of these industries. Yep, that works. We'll make this another monk thing. We need a tax office here. We are too poor for a tax office. We need to wait. We should turn this off while we wait. Okay, and then start filling this in with even more monks. Except these ones aren't happy enough. Why? You should be scholarship plus high. Because this isn't turned on. Okay, then we turn that on. There we go. The trouble is it's going to take forever to earn money like this. Speed up. We'll see if we make it. Very much questioning it. Speed up, speed up. No, that one's worse, not better. Why? Because these three need to not be here. They need to be like there, there, and there. Okay, from here I think I just have to save up and try pushing for the three of the advanced monasteries, and then turning these on, but I don't think it's going to work. It's already negative. I suppose it does let us move you and disable you. Holy! Because it pushes their demand up another tier. They must be joking then that you can do this and have positive money. Well, we die. Womp womp. How are you meant to do this one then? I mean, if we've tried going wide, the other option is going tall. We could also look at what you can export here, although I don't... Yeah, let's go back and look at what you can, in theory, export. So we can at least plan for what we might be able to do. You can sell incense and ornamental cedar. This seems like one of the ones where you need to take specific steps in order to win, else everything fails. Maybe. This we can run with monks. I think. The only thing that we can't run with monks off of this is the die crushing. So maybe you... No, but it's ornamental cedar. It isn't just painted cedar. It's the full Super Giga product. Right? Yeah, and we can't even make it. We're not even allowed to make it if we wanted to. So having that as a thing you can sell is pointless if you can't make it. And what's the other thing? The other thing is incense, but it sells at basically 0. Incense does, however, only require monks. So one of these plus one of these happily feeds one of these. This makes 12. 12 sells for like 100. We might try mass exporting cedar. Two from scholarship, one from being up high. We could enclose them in walls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could give them a mandala, 6, 7, and then they wouldn't be complaining. As far as we understand it. So we're trying to export cedary thing. Incense. This needs Tech 3 anyway. And we only just got up to Tech 3 when we bankrupted last time. I'm a bit perplexed how you're meant to do this one. No, if anything, that should be slightly further down. Because otherwise there's not space for building the walls. Technically, one more square over can be okay. Leave room for that, but the tax office we need sooner rather than later. Set up some basic yak. Well, even because we need to wait for Tech 2, which is you, and then one other. We're gonna try going tall. So you need at least 2 foods, which we're saying is gonna be cheese. Bread. Bread would make sense if I'm doing this for the hay anyway. Even that's only half of one bakery. And it's like half our workers gone already. But then I can't have the mandala. This just doesn't fit enough here. It has to be here, and we're gonna have to yeet the crystals out the other way. The only upside is that means we do have this land to use for middle food. So we could do cheese. Kind of. Choo-choo Laysara? That's a bit of a stretch, Jake. Still not full release. They've got at least one more big update. The next one is adding another type of movement and something else, and then the last update will be the campaign. So two more updates till they're at full release, I think, is my understanding. It was announced a long time ago. Agreed. One wider there, one wider here, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 across. We add in our tax office. We try shoving down as many monks as we can. This road is now in an awkward place, so let's rearrange it. That'll do for the moment. What won't do is providing this. It's not enough. That goes there without too much trouble. Or even there. But at that stage, why not move you as well? Okay. Let that exist. Tech 1. Money. Still not great. We need to fix our missing yaks. And we want to give these guys food. Which we have to decide on. Are we doing bread? Bread, bee, cheese, egg. Cheese is 5 plus 4 workers for 6 food, 9 workers for 6 food, whereas bee is only 4 workers for 5, and it doesn't need any yaks. So I think a bee wins. Then let's look at the value of bread. No, I kind of like 4 normal farms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mill. Eventually that will power advanced yak as well. We need 1 more tech level. Oh, the ratio isn't what I thought it was. I thought we were on low and we're on medium, my bad. So the ratio is actually 2 more. There we go. And then that food needs to get here, but it can't get all the way there. So we need some artisans. Help move the bread upstairs. That is meeting all the food requirements. Now they would like a praying place, a mandala, or to be encased by walls. The mandala is probably the best. Like it there. Maybe there. Because it doesn't reach all... I mean, it reaches somewhat of a distance, but... it doesn't reach amazingly far. Kinda has to go there. If it stuffs up our food a little bit, we'll have to work it out. Even that doesn't get all the way across to there. And I definitely can't afford to give them fancier road. I mean, maybe I just have two of them? At the outer edges of here, on either side. And then that begs the question, are we giving up on the walls? I think we are giving up on the walls. Walls too hard. Not enough space, and too expensive. $2 mandalas covers everything. Not in a neat way. Kind of wastes. Do I need this road? I don't need this road if we accept that we're building the monastery. No, I do, because our tax doesn't get everywhere, and the tax is more important. So I do need that road no matter what. I think the more reasonable thing is to move you one over. You don't quite reach up here, but as we said, we need a second one of these anyway. God, it doesn't have enough reach. It's not even going to reach that one. What if I put it there? It still doesn't quite reach that. Nor does it reach this. You just don't have enough range. What if I put you where these are? Well, now you at least reach that one, but you don't reach this one. Yeah, I'm just going to have to live with that you don't reach. You go there instead. That's as good as this gets. Become more advanced. Now it's not enough food. Which is really unpleasant because we've got a full of one of this, so we're going to diversify the food. Or do we double down on only giving you bread? No, we need to diversify your food. So it's going to have to be honey. You need a yeeting station. Okay. And they would need 3 more for the next tier. We also need to deal with our missing yaks. Well, once this hits Tech 2, we can deal with the missing yaks. So let this hit Tech 2. Done. Now we can build the yak breeders. Holy moly. How much of that are we using? 4? Do not know that the yak breeders can stay down here. I don't think this is enough space. But I can't put this on the high ground or else we won't have enough lowlanders to work enough to make a full set of bread. I'm definitely going to need to fit 1 more bee, at the least. What can we do? Well, maybe it's that I don't need as many of these as I think I do. Maybe 1 is enough for a while. You're oversupplied, but then you do this and then we're happy on yaks. Okay. How do we get you up to the next tier? Walls, absolutely not happening. Praying place, maybe. Gong, yes. We can do gong and praying place. Utensils, we haven't used our... Actually, we have used up our artisans and lowlanders, so we can't really produce fancy stuff. We could do decorations. And decorations are worth 2. So we probably should do decorations. That one is too high a value to not do. And then probably here. Actually, it looks like it's going to be that one. There we go. And now they want praying place and gong. I like this game. I think it's a nice, calm city builder. It's a little bit, like, once you work out one good layout, you probably just end up using that on most maps. It's only really the maps that have size and resourcing, like available area and resourcing constraints, that it doesn't just become print the same city design that you're really happy without every time, or one where the goals need you to have unusual ratios of the various populations. I'm a little bit fearful that it's going to become a bit tedious once they add in the trading between maps, but we can only wait and see. I like it as it is. I'm a little bit fearful of what might come when they add in the trading. We need another one of these in any case, so let's flip. Let's shove you here. You go there. Second gong. This is just going to have fancier road. Even if I hate it. You would actually be better off there. Okay, and then we need praying places. Adjacencies are... So, it's not a walker-based system, because no one is insane enough to make walker-based systems these days. It is a sort of... Buildings emit a range in terms of number of tiles that they extend from where they are via connected road, with efficiency multipliers, so the range extends as you use the more and more expensive kind of road. So like we click this and it shows you how far its range is. And if I upgrade the road, say I upgraded the road along this stripe, then this would extend further this way. But upgraded road costs you more upkeep. More revenue upkeep. You need to fit enough services and goods to the houses to upgrade them and to keep them happy. So like if you provide them some and then take them away, the game doesn't really let you do that. It will keep it at the level that it is, and instead you have to subsidize them to make up. You have to pay them extra money out from your money here to like make up for the fact that they aren't living at the level that they expect. Currently we're trying to provide one more thing to all of these monks. Well, except for you, that you claim you need two. Because this temple doesn't quite reach you. There we go, now it does. So we upgraded that little bit of road and now it reaches you. So that we can then take them from level 2 to level 3. Our options are cheese, egg, utensil, textile, wall, praying place. I'm out of workers to run these things, so the only reasonable thing is praying place. Maybe walls, but we're already butting up against the edges of everything, so we can't actually enclose everything in walls. So it really does have to be praying place for us. Somehow one here. So what, we squish the mandala back one over, which extends that road and lets us put a final praying place there. Ta-da! You claim the gong doesn't reach you. So we extend the nice road the littlest bit here. Ta-da, the gong now reaches you. We upgrade all these, and then they say there's not enough food. Yeah, so like these ones with the little money sign over them now that we aren't producing enough food, we have to pay housing relief to make up for the stuff we're not giving them. So it's either give them more wheat, which we can't really do, or maybe diversify our foods to provide a third food type so that they use less of each type. Third food type is probably the most reasonable thing. We could add some chickens without too much trouble. Especially because the chickens don't care about where they go. One more set of chickens, they say. Done. Okay, we're providing enough food for all of these to be on level 3. Level 4... I can't see us getting level 4. Thankfully, they'll stay happy at this level. So as long as we can get our speeder export and or tech now, we win. So we need 2... two of these, 2 monasteries. One of the monasteries could even replace this one, for example. But first, let's just sit back and let money accrue for a sec. Speed up. Alright, hopefully that's enough money. What do we need to get 2 of these running? We're gonna run out of artisans here. There's no way I don't run out of artisans trying to get that to happen. You need to build the food within range of this at the edges of the city, and not be using artisans to move like the honey around. I can't see not using it to do the wheat. There's no way you can't use it to do the wheat, but maybe you could get the honey to be here. Maybe. Okay, rock crystal. Get smushed. Oops, we've accidentally been building the slightly too fancy road, my bad. Now I said I need 2 of these. I need 2 of them operating at 2/3 efficiency. Which means each one needs one of these. Each one of those needs one cedar grove. Okay, we need to squish the crystals. Which means we need a local redistributor of the resulting crystals. You deliver to there, you deliver to there, you deliver to here and here. It's slightly too far away, so move you a little bit closer. Okay, now both of those would be getting crystal if we had the one extra herbalist. Okay. We're paying out the nose for our missing peasants. Can I do anything to make our peasants more efficient? Technically, I could turn off a bees. Then I have slightly not enough bees, but it's better than having the not enough peasants. Yes. And now these need to power to this. So we remove you somewhere inoffensive. Turn you off. For the fancier one. You deliver to that. Need one more of them. Why can't you fit here? You should be able to fit here. Is it that you're too expensive? No, I have the required money. What's the deal? Am I only allowed to have one of these on this map? No. There we go. Massive negative workforce. Is there anything that is run by peasants that I can get rid of? No. In fact, if anything, I need more, because I need to do one more of these low efficiency monasteries. And that's 12 monks. 12, 7. Another 5. 7 more artisans, 4 more yaks. Yeah, I don't see how you do this then. Maybe you need to put this at the top for only making hay and not food. The bees don't want to go on the higher ground because they'll become crappier. Say we turned off the bread. One more chicken. You know what? If you move to here, then we can have that last chicken. Ta-da, we're only a tiny amount short on our food. Now it's all about the missing yaks. So instead this stuff needs to move up to high ground, which we're gonna make here. Oop. You turn on, you provide to that. That provides hay to the yaks. I no longer am short on yaks. Pick up the whole mouse and move it to another face? No problem? Yeah, no problem, Volmar. And in theory, I also need 70... No, I can't see how you do this one. We had one go, we did some learning, we've had this go, I don't see how you do it. I don't think there's enough... They don't give you enough of the magically provided artisans and lowlanders for this map. At least not for how I see laying it out. Maybe if the cedar production chain was a bit more well ratioed, that you didn't need to use lowlanders and artisans to balance it out to make these work at full power, but you do. Or else you have to run another one and run 3 of them at low 66% rather than 2 at full. Could I get these 2 to run? how much money would the gold thing get me? We gotta wait for the tech. So wait for the tech, whilst we ever so slowly lose money. This would use our peasants and our yaks to -1. Then this uses just so many yaks. We could scale up our yaks one more, maybe. So I need one more pair of each of those. Do I lose less money that way? Not really. It's about the same. So even with a money printer... Can I give up on feeding them? Maybe I don't need to feed them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perhaps food is a luxury you don't deserve. They already want so much more. I can't get away with not feeding them. If we had incense and monastery walls, they would actually be okay at the moment. Is that even slightly reasonable to think about? Maybe? But with $100 in the bank, it's not gonna happen. Nah. Juju. Maybe if you kill this off, stop providing food, instead transition into only providing them religious type happiness. Maybe? Let's look at the other two. So, Way of the Artisans and Peace and Profit. Achieve high money output with no other requirements. No time limit. I think the other one also... Yeah, if the other one didn't have the time limit, it would be much more doable, because you could eke money out over time. To change between the food economy and the incense economy. Alright, what are we allowed on this map? Pretty much everything. Okay, and what can we export? So, get up to Tech 1 for the sake of finding out what we can export. Speed up, I don't care that we're losing huge money. All that I want to know is what we're allowed to export so that we can plan doing the map. Fish for nothing, or butter tea for very, very low as well. No, this is too complex a good to want to export for that lower price. So you need to be making your money by taxing on this map. And considering that the only thing I see here is salt, no utensils, I suppose we can make beer. No, I don't think trade would be a big part of how you win this. So let's redo, now that we know what you're allowed to export. Have a go. What are we going to make what? This should obviously be a population one. So should this. Then these should be food for that. That should probably be goods. So there should be, like, textiles. Textiles and cheese and some food. This population zone, so let's work on that one first. Do we care which one is which? This one probably monk. And this one probably artisan and lowlander. We should also look where the bathing can go, if anywhere. Oh, looks promising. So we should line up our city to match that. Something like that. Wait, what? What do you mean there's no tax office? There's no tax office. Why even have a government if we can't collect taxes? Shh, there's no way this map is not meant to have taxes. Not when there was only one export thing. What? Hail, Shen. It is a nice mountain aside from that we can't tax. I have no idea then how we're meant to make the money for this map. Seriously, no idea. Okay, that's how Monk needs dealt with. On this map, the Highlanders don't care about baths. So they should be the ones built as far away from this as possible. Peasants live near the baths. Let that exist. Let tech come online. Look again. Everyone is suddenly unhappy that there's no food. Wah, provide me with food. I can provide those guys with baths that shuts them up, but these guys... How can you possibly be meant to make money if the only thing you can sell is butter tea and fish? There's not even enough salt to do that, right? Because there's only the one salt thing. That's enough to run 4 of them. Yeah, the other map is hard, but maybe doable if you, like, ultra-optimize everything. I do not at all think this map is possible, based on what I'm seeing for the lack of a tax office. There's no way you can make enough butter tea to export with only 4 salt. Can you import more salt? No, you can't import more salt either to fix it. Is there something else that I'm missing? No, there's no gold, there's no... No. That one is a bust. I'd be interested to see if someone brighter than me knows what we are meant to do there. Okay, and the last one is Way of the Artisans. Now, wasn't this the tiny one that we already had a look at another time and decided was... Yeah, this one is way too space constrained. We'd looked at this one before. Have another go, but... Wants eggs, fish, honey, ale, bath, utensil, yak, decoration, ornament, gong, and praying place. But you don't get any monks or lowlanders. Buildings do still cost the kind of people you don't have. Yeah, no, this one is also silly. Not now. Still as silly as it used to be. The two new ones were good. These two were good. This one's a little bit... like, it's got one gimmick, and once you work it out, it's done. This one is more interesting. I liked this. This was a real proper map. I don't see how you do these. Alright then. That will be it for me for today. Short stream, I know. Throw people over to Alpha. But I want to get some extra sleep. I deserve some sleep. So cheers all, thank you for joining. I hope you had a nice time. We have succeeded at two of the new challenge maps. Haven't succeeded at the third one, and the old one is still impossible as far as I can tell. That one also seems impossible. If you've got ideas, let me know otherwise. Peace for now, catch you tomorrow.
Using this time to get closer. She's whipping. We're a little bit behind.